Okay, so justice in organizations, M&O, is this for a class, foundation?
Yes, it's for a class, Principles of Management, which
Okay.
is also offered as 101 for outside students and 301 for inside students.
Okay,
And I think it's a topic that everybody should know about, so that's
Super.
important.
okay, when you're ready, take it away.
Okay, so I'm Abhinav Gupta. I'm a third year PhD candidate in the Department of Management and Organization. I'm going to be making this quick presentation on this topic, justice in organizations. So justice has broad connotations. I'm going to focus on how it manifests at organizational level. Justice is very, very important because it's known to be one of the strongest predictors of employee commitment, motivation, and performance. It's very important. Justice is defined as individuals' perceived fairness of the outcome and the process used to arrive at those outcomes. There are two components. One is focused on outcomes, and the other one is focused on process used to arrive at those outcomes. What do we mean by that? Let me explain this to you with a story. We have two students here, Mark and Jason. And as these pictures hint at that they have different work styles. Mark is a hard worker. He believes in working hard and doing better, getting highest grades, and doing really well academically. Jason is the cool one, believes in working hard, not so much. So they have also, of course, just because of their work styles, they have different expectations with their performance. So as it happens, they take their exams and they get their grades. And this is what their grades look like. Mark gets an A+ and Jason gets C+. This is justice. That their rewards were in proportion to their input. Both of them feel satisfied. Jason is happy that he worked hard, got good grades. Jason is satisfied because he did not work hard. His grades weren't inconsistent with his expectations. Specifically, this is an example of justice of outcomes, that your outcomes are in proportion to your inputs. But the story doesn't end there. Later, they find out that actually the way their teacher allotted their grades was actually flip of a coin. Person who gets heads gets an A+, the person who gets tails gets a C+. So all of them, although they got their grades in proportion to their input, they were satisfied with it, they no longer are. Mark, who put in a lot of hard work, got an A+, got the grade that he deserved, is highly pissed that despite his hard work, the teacher did not even bother to read his paper. Jason, who got a C+ just by the flip of a coin, is mad as hell. He thinks he deserved better. If it wasn't for the flip of a coin, his grades would have been better. This is an example of lack of procedural injustice, which is the justice of the process of arriving at the outcomes. So, as you can imagine, it is going to have, although this is an example where the outcomes were justly distributed, but the process was unjust. And as you can imagine, it has important consequences for their future motivation and future performance. And at the organization level, people often think of rewards and outcomes in terms of that people working hard should get paid better, but it's also employees deeply care about the fact that it's not just that their outcome is just, but how they're being assessed, how they're being evaluated. And something that managers often overlook, we as future managers shouldn't. So key takeaway is justice is extremely important for employee motivation and performance, and justice comprises of perceived fairness of outcomes and the process used to arrive at outcomes. Thank you.
Any questions for Abhinav?